Welcome to Talk Dirt to Me, where two farmers shatter myths and take on the top issues facing America's farmers. Here's your hosts, Logan and Bobby Lee.
What's going on, everybody?
Another good evening.
Another good evening.
We're back. We didn't miss a week, but
yeah, the audience didn't miss a week, but we missed a week.
Right. It's been almost 2 weeks since we recorded because of my crazy travel schedule.
Yes, with your crazy schedule. So when we schedule guests, I tell all of them, I'm like, I can flex around anything. Like Bobby Lee's got the crazy schedule. So, guys, want to do a couple things. First, before we get into this, we want you to hit that like button, hit subscribe, leave us a rating and a review. Let us know what you think of the episodes. And if you're watching this on YouTube or Rumble, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and comment. Let us know your thoughts on there. Just tell us if you enjoy the show or hate it, whatever. And also go to talkdirtpodcast.com, contact page, submit your questions. We're going to do several questions tonight on here. Got a few topics, but we love the questions. So send us some questions on there. And
visit agzaga.com. Dude, just like I did a few days ago. I got a couple of packages in the mail today from them. And I did use our discount code, TalkDirt20. Took $20 off my order. Got the free shipping. Yeah, I actually got a bunch of
condoms.
I'm not even sure if they sell them.
I don't know if they sell condoms.
I don't know if they have the magnums or not,
They come with a pair of the copperhead underwear.
Yeah. You get the copperhead underwear, you better have protection.
You better have protection. You're going to need it with them bad boys.
That's a poisonous snake.
That's true. That is true.
But I'm a happily married man. I'm not.
So you're pulling the goalies, what you're saying?
I'm not sticking things where I shouldn't be sticking them. So I'm not in need of a
helmet.
Yeah, but yeah, I am in need of protection for some of my crops, and so I got some electric fencing supplies.
Okay.
So I got all the good stuff. I got to get it unpackaged and try it out. Tell y'all more about it, but I got some fencing stakes for the electric fence, some tape, a solar powered charger. They got all that good stuff.
Yep.
The bale net wrap. We got the rolling net wrap. I actually drove my truck over here to Logan's
so you can get it.
So I can carry the bale net wrap home because I actually rolled some hay today.
Yeah.
And
the weather's been nice for you.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing that we'll probably hit on here in a little bit. But yeah, agzaga.com, all the good stuff that you need. Use that discount code TalkDirt20.
Yep. All right, guys. Yeah, we got several. I was actually looking up something real quick. I think.
But, on the weather thing, we bitched about all the damn rain.
But we called it. We
got too much damn rain from pretty much March through June. And, buddy, when she shut off, she didn't just shut off. She shut off, and our field-like temperature this afternoon was 110.
Yeah.
And so it makes it a double whammy. Like
it's killer on the crops, man. I mean,
when things start to get a little dry and it's that scorching hot, yeah.
Yeah, that's man, it's frustrating as hell because this is what I think I've been saying this all along. Like, it's hard to curse the rain because I knew this is what it does. It's what it does here.
And seasonally, it should do this. Now we got way more rain, especially May and June, than we normally would get.
Yeah. And see, Dad and I were talking about this so it was hell getting the crops in, but like I've been spraying fungicide on my beans, and I just had fungicide flown on all my corn. I had Keith and them fly fungicide on for me, and man, I've sprayed some beans the other day, and these beans, now this is a really good field I got, and it was most of my beans were early planted, besides just the very last where I had to pull off a corn. And man, these beans are like dang near to my chest, and they are just, like I pulled it open, was looking in there, and from the very bottom all the way to the top, they are loaded with 3 and 4 pod, beans they're not full yet, obviously. But it's got the pods on there. And, I mean, if the water don't shut off, then these ought to be some just absolutely ungodly beans.
Yeah.
And even some of the corn we've looked at, it's like, if we can keep getting some water, hell, we do have potential to make some pretty massive yields. But we need the damn big-ass yields. Like, that's the frustrating part.
Oh, yeah, you're trying to yield your way out of a bad market.
Yeah, and after last year, most of us are reeling from damn last year. And so it's like, shit, we need these big yields. And the stuff that was able to get planted and come up good before the rains, they look good. And, really good. But it is dry and it is hot. And that's what...
Oh, it's brutal.
You can't have a worse combination. Like, we've had years where it's turned off dry, but the weather stayed kind of cooler, and the crops can kind of do okay. But especially on corn, when it gets really hot and really dry, like together, man, it'll smoke some corn.
Well, that's actually, I called about getting some fertilizer today, and I was talking to them, and kind of tell them what I wanted, and they're going to spread it for me. And I was like, don't be in a hurry.
Yeah.
Because there's, which me and the guy I was talking to, he's like, yeah, the end of next week. Well.
Oh, that chance is gone now.
Well, according to my phone, we have a 43%. We're recording here on Wednesday, the 23rd. On Thursday, the 31st, so 8 days from now, it's a 43% chance.
Yeah.
And there's like some 20s and 10s, which hell, we always have at least a 10% chance, basically. Yeah. So you might catch one of those strays one day, which I'm doing my best to help. I rolled some hay today. Things go as planned. I'll cut some more this weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of the point where if it got rained on, especially a little half-inch shower, I'm like, all right, it'll probably be worth it for all the other hay.
Yeah.
To actually turn out a little better. But I feel bad complaining about anything, compared to the row crop guys. But I have started to get just a teensy bit nervous about, just hay situation. Yeah. I was like, all right, I'm in, especially first cutting. We're like, it was hell getting the first cutting off because we were just late with it, which is going to make that, we should get a decent second cutting, again, assuming it doesn't completely quit raining. But that third cutting's always kind of getting a little shorter anyway. And now the later, it's already going to be late because first cut was late, second cut was going to be late. I started to get just a little bit nervous, like, all right, now I need to be careful about my hay situation for this winter.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, it's Dad's already, he's like, yep, he already is like convinced it just ain't ever going to rain again. I'm like, yeah. I'm not going to write it off yet. It's going, you never know.
But, and it's in this time of year, you get those showers that are so isolated.
Yeah.
My buddy PJ that was, reason our recording schedule was off was I was out of town last week. He said he had like a 2-inch rain at his house.
I got 2 inches on my farm in Covington last week.
Yeah, and he lives out that way. And as a crow flies, he's probably not 5-6 miles from my house.
Yeah.
And, like now I actually dumped out like a little less than a tenth out of my big precision gauge.
Yeah.
And you could look at the dust and say like, yeah, you can tell it's like peppered the dust, but not even, basically like a big dew.
Yeah. No, it's how.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. You might get so you're probably in good shape in Covington.
Yeah, that farm will be all right for a little while. Yeah. But it's, I don't know, man.
When the field light temperature is 110 every day.
Oh, it dries her up fast. That's what I saw. Matt Griggs had put that on Facebook. I don't think they've had a rain in 3.5 weeks. I saw the other day he posted that and was talking about how we went from one extreme to the other.
Well,
and that's just typical.
Our heat, because I wasn't even looking at the heat, but our heat, it's kind of like the end of next week before we get.
There's supposed to be a break coming, but
Yeah, our lows are in the upper 70s.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's
that's
ridiculous.
Our lows.
Yeah, just no relief. That's what I saw this video on Instagram. The dude was talking about it, and he goes, they say it's the humidity and not the heat. And he said, hell, it's both of them right now. Shit, it's hot.
Yeah. It's the two together. Yeah.
It is. He's like, shit, it's just hot.
Well, I had to bale that hay today, and I raked it and baled it myself, and both tractors are air conditioned, so you think, oh God. Well, I had to hook up the rake, which that takes about 25 seconds. I had to replace some teeth on it, and then just hooking up the baler, which is a little more of a chore, and greasing it and everything. I was dripping wet, and I had all that done by like 8:30 this morning.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get all that done early, you're just if you do anything
Outside, yeah.
you're dripping wet.
Yeah, yesterday I sprayed, and it's like I said, spraying fungicide and some stuff, and shit, man, that's the worst part on spraying is it's
stopping to fill up.
Stopping to fill up, and it's going to take you. You're going to be there for 30 minutes, and yeah, you'll just be wringing wet with sweat, and then when it gets this hot, and I don't know if my sprayer I don't know if it needs some Freon. Like I've charged it before, but it don't cool that good. Like people see me in this thing, and they're like, "Yeah, damn, got the blowing snowflakes in there, and shit, them farmers don't get hot." Man, I'll tell you, it's like just cool enough to where you're uncomfortable. Like I'm sticky in the cab. I mean, it feels better in there than it does outside.
Yeah.
But it's not by a lot. Like, yeah, it was brutal. And today I got ornamental corn down at the farm store and some popcorn. Well, the seed is a little bitty, so when it planted them a little too thick. So I went down there today, and I'm actually taking a hoe and thinning out the population. And I walked down. I did like 2 rows and I still got a bunch to go. I did like 2 rows, and I was like, piss on this. It was 3:00 in the afternoon too, like because I've been doing stuff all day.
That was when it felt like 110.
Yeah, so like I'm literally just walking through, just chopping. And I think I looked, my heart rate was like 127. And I was like, yeah, this is stupid. And so I went home. I was like, damn, it's too damn hot. So, but we're going to let you guys cool off with us a little bit. We're going to do a few Q&As, T&As.
I like some T&As.
I do too. All right, let's see here. If I can remember where we left off.
In fact, I'm not sure which one I like more.
Well, I'm an A man more than a T man, but I like them both. But I'm a glorified A man.
See, I'm greedy.
Well, I think every man would like both, but usually you get one or the other.
Yeah.
I said like, and I feel like if a woman has both, then she's just usually a lunatic.
Well, yeah, that they might all be a little bit of that.
Yeah.
So, apologies to all our female listeners.
Yeah, if you are one,
I'm a little bit crazy too.
That's right, me too.
We're all a little bit crazy.
And if you're listening,
God is great, beer is good, and people are crazy.
Yes,
in the words of
who was that?
Billy Currington.
Yeah.
I believe.
If you're listening and you're like, well, I've got both and I'm not crazy, then hey, there's always exceptions to the rule.
There are unicorns out there.
Yes. All right, let me see here. All right, I think. Okay. Let me make sure I keep that one. Put a little star on it. Okay. I got to do better at marking these. Sometimes we get some where we get a lot of them where people like are wanting to come on the show. And that like gets confusing trying to sort through all of them. All right. Dang it, that's the one he sent us an article that I have not looked at yet. All right, I'll get back to that one. All right, here you go. This is from Kyle. Hey guys, found your podcast about 2 years ago and have made it through every episode as all of us. I farm in a very unique area. I live in the very top corner of the Texas Panhandle and farm in Texas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico. Dang, this dude's all around.
Yeah.
We are mostly pivot irrigated, grow corn, wheat, milo, and sunflowers. There are many times I debate on writing in, but I refrain. Couldn't help myself from weighing in on the forest service grass to be sold. Okay, that's you remember what he's talking about?
Yep.
He says, my position on it is the grass for grazing around me needs to be sold. For many reasons, in my opinion. The guys that have had possession on this grass have had the possibility for years. On this point, the lease on this stuff is dirt cheap when they can graze it. Some of it has been passed down several generations to people who are not even in the area anymore. It's not helping our economic community at all. The grasslands that we border is rough in at least 2 ways. To build a barn wire fence, it is custom to split the cost between the 2 landowners. The tenant of the government grass gets the Forest Service to pay their half. Cheap lease and free fence. Then the hunting aspect. I sit and watch everyone come out here and shoot every deer that has an antler. It's very disheartening. I know that feeling. On the government side, when the guys want to graze, they have to wait for the understaffed agency to come out and do all their studies, counts, and God knows what else. It's just a waste of time and resources. Sell it. I have many more opinions on this, but I'm afraid I'm getting too long-winded. Too bad I didn't win the giveaway. I had many topics that I've never written into y'all that would be fun to hear y'all's take on. To not be read on air. So I won't read that on air. I'll read that. I'll tell Bobby Lee that part after.
Yeah, and I think that's an interesting part about that was kind of my whole point is, I'm not necessarily in favor of them selling off public lands, even for the housing. Like, I mean, and I don't live in those parts of the country, but I mean, are we that desperately in need of more housing in some of these areas surrounded by public lands? Maybe. But I don't feel like that's the government's job. At the same time, I wouldn't hate the idea of almost like the Homesteader Act. I'm not going to pretend to remember all that from a high school history class or whatever. Is
that where they gave them like certain acres or whatever?
Yeah, I think in a lot of areas, right? They gave it away but you had to, build a home on it and farm it.
Was that the 40 acres and a mule thing?
Yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah. That sounds right. But I'm gonna, really maybe make an idiot of myself here. But yeah, or sell it to individuals. Give them a 5 acres, 10 acres, whatever. Where they can put a house. Maybe not have a full homestead, but do something with it. Or sell it. In these cases, these folks have been grazing it for generations anyway. Well, come up with a fair price and sell it to them.
Yeah.
I'm not in favor of selling huge tracts of land to big, corporate, developers and whatnot.
We're going to put a ski resort in.
Yeah, and I think that was the fear from a lot of people that really fought back against it. But just in terms of the government being a good steward of the land, the government and good don't belong in the same sentence. Together. They're not.
Well, and
they're not really good at anything other than spending other people's money.
And he hit it on the point, like hit it on the head right here, where did he put it in here? Yeah, where he says, on the government side, when the guys want to graze, they have to wait for the understaffed agency to come out and do all their studies, counts, and God knows what else. And that's the bad thing. Government is going to have so many freaking red tape things that they got to go through, and it makes it just bogs the system down.
And I've heard that from people kind of all over where. Yeah, and then this year they say, well, now you can only graze at this stocking rate, and they're like what and it's maybe even a good moisture year where they could graze the normal rate or maybe even more, but no, like in their infinite wisdom they say no, you got to do it like this. And well, like you made the point, because it's public land when it comes to the hunting, of course, and that was kind of the group that really got it stopped. All the public landowners out there hunting, and they're shooting every legal animal they can. They're not managing it, and I mean, whatever. But yeah, I mean, you'd probably be a whole lot better off. And again, it's not like they're selling a national park away. I think a lot of people tried to make it out to seem like, Yellowstone was going to be for sale.
Yeah,
the Chinese were going to buy up Yellowstone. No, that was never it at all.
Yeah,
and we discussed this previously, so we don't need to go too far down the rabbit hole, but what was my point there?
Well, it was just they used an emotional aspect of it, and I have friends on that side that were very staunch.
I probably different opinion from most people that I follow online and I'm friends with even personally, but that was my other point, is that you do worry, like, okay, if we say, all right, we'll sell off 100,000 acres,
it's a slippery slope,
right? And of the millions of public land acres out there, federally owned lands, right? Well, then next year they're like, all right, we're going to sell a little more. We're gonna sell
we started there. We kind of broke the ice. Yeah, I mean, and that's how. I had buddies that wanted to like murder Mike Lee. They were like, and some of them they hunt into the deep parts there that may would get sold, but. I can see. I can see.
It was for housing, so it wasn't even going to be like, the back country would. I mean, that wouldn't make any sense anyway. You can't even access some of that, by vehicle. And, there's going to be the areas like right on the outskirts of town. Yeah. But yeah, I do understand the slippery slope argument, and I agree with that. Like, right, what's to keep them from just continuing, and then it gets into the wrong hands, and it's not going to farmers and ranchers or people just wanting to build a house.
Yeah, then Ted Turner's buying 100,000 acres, and
Well, and I think it could be even worse than that, because at least
like
him,
Chinese,
he's kept it kind of in like hunting preserves or whatever, keeping it wild, even though it's private.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's not ideal if people want to hunt it, but just foreign groups or groups that are wanting to commercialize it or whatever else. So.
I think I want to find out if not China, but Florida, if they want to sell off some private land, or not private land, public land, and so I could see if I can kind of match the climate, sort of like Colombia, and start growing for my cocaine operation. I was thinking like down there in Florida. I just wonder how they're, like, it's got to be kind of tropical, kind of that Everglades area.
I would assume it won't work, and or otherwise people would already be doing it.
Yeah, maybe they are.
Maybe
Some people that listen think that apparently people think I'm like a former CIA op anyways, so maybe I am.
Because of all the cocaine references? Or?
I don't know. I saw that on YouTube. Somebody was like, I'm not entirely convinced Logan doesn't have like a CIA past or something. So I'm not a narc, all right, if that's what you're getting at.
Hey, I'm not convinced either.
I think it's the Rhodesian camo shirt, and then just, I don't know, maybe my passion for firearms and discussions of cocaine. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that like is that a CIA thing?
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
I've never been in the CIA.
Is that right?
As far as you know.
I did have somebody, they said that we're like the lethal weapon of podcasts.
Okay.
So they said you're kind of like Danny Glover, because he's kind of the.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yes. He's the more. I mean, I would say Danny's the smarter one, and then you got the Mel Gibson was kind of like the unhinged kind of crazy guy.
Yeah.
They were like, that's kind of what I am.
Yeah, I got to watch that again.
Lethal Weapon is great, man. That's a classic. I love those. Mel Gibson's just one of my heroes, though.
Mel Gibson is a badass.
I mean, you would love Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Because he hates Jews.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, Logan was telling me apparently William Lee wasn't aware of the inside joke thing there. Because for the record, if somebody's listening for the first time, I do not hate Jews. But
it's an inside joke.
It's a long story. What was it, Dan?
Yeah, he wrote in. We're going to read something to him tonight.
Poor Dan thought I was an anti-Semite. And no, I mean,
he is not. Bobby Lee hates everyone equally.
I just want the Middle East to behave, and Dan took that as to meaning I hate the Jews. I don't know how that put me on the Arab side of that conflict. Dan will have to explain that to us one day.
Yeah. But now we make fun of Bobby Lee, and yeah, William about shit his pants because I said something about you hating Jews, and he's like, "Damn, man!" Like,
I went back and listened to that part, and I think it did really.
You could tell he was like, "Damn, Logan," or something. So no,
he was wanting to put a disclaimer.
Yeah, like he is not a Jew hater. Yeah. All right, this next one. First, we appreciate you, Kyle. Appreciate you writing in. The next one comes from John. John says, I really enjoy the podcast. Keep up the good work. Logan, I constantly think about what else I can do as a side hustle. Well, don't be thinking about the cocaine. I've already claimed that one.
Male stripper.
That, and OnlyFans. Everybody has one nowadays. I mean, you could probably start OnlyFans. I have been around.
I wouldn't know, but I don't know if there's as much of a market for dudes as there is for gals.
I wouldn't think so.
I don't know.
I don't feel like women are flocking to it. A bunch of gays might be. I don't know. Maybe women are subscribing to OnlyFans. There's a dude that splits wood apparently on Instagram that the women like all just throw their panties at. Have you seen that? He's some like buff guy, and he just puts up videos of him splitting wood because somebody sent me a thing, and it was like what I think my wife sees when she sees me out in the yard, and it shows this dude like splitting wood, and then it shows like it says what she actually sees, and it's like Chris Farley after he's falling down the hill.
In is it Tommy Boy or Black Sheep?
It's Tommy Boy or Black Sheep. I can't remember.
Black Sheep.
Okay.
Black Sheep, whenever, because he's trying to take the flyer to that house.
Yes.
For his brother.
Yeah. He falls down the hill.
They're
and he's
basically
like,
the same movie.
They are.
It's just, slightly different plot.
But that, it's like what she actually sees. But apparently the other dude, the women, like, I mean, they go crazy over this guy.
Famous.
Yeah, for just women just swoon over him.
Wood.
Yeah, and he wears like suspenders, and I mean, he can split wood. We could put him to work on the farm, but I don't know if he's got OnlyFans, but he would probably make a lot of money.
Yeah,
the women would flock to him like the salmon of Capistrano. Do you wear suspenders? And
I don't wear suspenders. That's one thing I can guarantee. I've never split wood in.
You got to wear suspenders.
All right. Well, I mean, hey, if my wife wants to sit over there and stare at me and fantasize about later on that evening,
bet you lay in some wood.
I'll strap on some suspenders.
All right, he says, I have been around a poultry farm my entire life and have been growing birds for 10 years come this winter. My dad has been growing since 2000. I was born in 96. He's a young buck.
He is a young buck.
Yeah. I also started selling hay during the summer months about 7 years ago now. I also have a smaller 40-head cow-calf operation and sell poultry litter on the side. Man, dude, I'm always impressed.
He's diversified.
He's diversified. I'm always impressed.
That's the D we need in DEI.
It is diversified, yes. Our listeners are some hard-working sons of bitches. Man, they all, have you ever noticed that the ones who write in, man, they're doing like 8 different things.
Well, and you know, I feel like in this country, and this, we could go off on a whole nother rant, there's an extreme, difference. You've got the people like that recognize we're the greatest country in the world. There's incredible opportunity if you put your nose to the grindstone and just bust your ass.
Yeah.
And then you got the people that don't want to do jack shit.
That's true.
And then you got some in the middle that are like, all right, I'll do my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Enough to get by. I'm going to make a good living. Me and the wife and the kids will be able to take a vacation to the beach, that sort of thing. But I ain't going to hurt myself.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, hey, there's something to be said for
just enjoying your time,
enjoying yourself. But that's the great thing about capitalism. Like, yeah, you just get after it. And I don't know. When Pat Summitt spoke at my graduation, I don't know if I ever mentioned this on here. When I was graduating from college at UT Martin, she was a UT Martin alum.
They graduated together, her and Bobby Lee.
Yeah, not quite. She was a little before my time, but of course, she became famous for coaching basketball at the main campus at Knoxville. But when she spoke, and I've sat through a lot of graduations, I guess 3 or 4 of my own, and a lot of other people's, and like you never remember jack shit. Like, all right, just get the speaker, just get the shit over with.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, hungover, but I distinctly remember her speech, and part of it, it was awesome that she was speaking, because normally it's somebody like, I don't even know who this jackass is.
Yeah.
But her key message was, you can outwork anybody. She grew up on a dairy farm.
Okay.
And I believe, I don't remember which one of her parents, maybe it was both her parents or mom or dad, one of them, taught her that no matter what you do in life, whether you're a basketball player, basketball coach, doctor, lawyer, whatever, sweeping floors at the grocery store, whatever, there's going to be people more talented than you, smarter than you, better looking, whatever. Unless you're just that one.
Yeah.
But you can outwork anybody. And I never forgot, if you just work hard. I mean, there's people, I can think of people that started out at the very bottom at a company, like the very bottom.
I'm thinking one right now in particular that's super rich.
Yeah, we're thinking of the same one, no doubt. Like,
sweeping floors.
Literally, busted ass, showed up early, stayed late, and ended up owning the company.
I was going to say, he might be damn near a billionaire or something.
Ended up owning the company. And that's America right there.
Yeah.
And just like, I don't even remember the name of our emailer, sorry.
This is John.
Apologies, John. But like that right there, busting ass, getting after it, get done with one thing. All right, I can go sell some chicken litter too.
Yeah.
I can do this. You know, I got a couple extra hours on whatever the weekend. I could pick up, you know, I could mow a couple yards, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you bust your ass, there's opportunity there.
Oh yeah. Yep.
But anyway, sorry for the rant to hijack his email.
No, and I agree, man. That's, you know, I think about Michael Jordan when you're talking about that, because, you know, I think, I don't know, you know, I look at all these people. I mean, my old podcast, if anything, I feel like it was kind of all about that kind of shit. And Michael Jordan, you know, he was cut from the basketball team. And, like, he literally said he went home and, like, cried and all that. And his dad was like, well, what are you going to do about it? And so he just freaking worked his ass off. And literally, so it's like, because some people see a guy like Michael Jordan or some of those super high-level guys, and they may just be like, well, they're just a phenom. And I mean, and he, I would say, probably is a phenom. But at the same time, it's like he had to work his ass off for
There's been a whole lot of people
that had a shit ton of talent that never amounted to anything.
Right, or they you know, they were okay, you know, that kind of thing. Right, but they weren't the greatest ever.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. What is the thing? Hard work. What is it? Hard work beats talent whenever talent doesn't work hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same, man, because I've always said I don't really think that I'm good at a lot of things. I don't think that I'm an exceptional at just about anything.
Well, and one thing I've always said, you know, obviously he's a goofball. I don't know that he ever meant this to be, like, inspirational, but on Larry the Cable Guy, get her done.
Yeah.
Like, I like it certain points, like it's brilliant. Just get it done.
Oh, yeah, it is, man.
You got a job in front of you, just do it.
Hey, you just got to keep on.
There you go. We've tied Larry the Cable Guy and Nike. And
just do it.
Just do it. Just
hey,
get her done.
Yeah.
Sometimes something in front of you needs to be done. You just do it.
Yeah.
You figure out a way.
Life's a garden, baby. You dig it. You know, you just keep on keeping on.
That's right. Well, Joe Dirt.
Y'all didn't know you were going to get an inspirational episode here for you.
Joe Dirt, Larry the Cable Guy, two inspirational speakers.
Yes, right up our alley. You can keep that skull. All right. So, yeah, John he's a hard-working bastard here. During the winter months, I always try to find another hustle I could do on my own time, but it's very hard to choose because everything I pick seems like I'd need another piece of $100,000 equipment. I feel you. I really don't want to end up working just to try and make the note. With that being said, I got 2 ideas for you at the farm store that you may not have thought about. All right, let's see. If it's murder for hire? I've thought about that one. All right, that's not what it is. You could set up a feed bin outside and sell whole corn for deer hunters and whoever else may want it. And I have thought about this.
And that would not have worked in our area until
now you can bait.
Is it next year we can, or can we now?
I don't know. I may be starting this year.
Legally.
Yeah, legally for $50.
Yeah.
All right, and this is funny that he says this.
But yeah, I say that because I assume he's not from our area.
Yeah, we're CWD county.
Because CWD, they made it where we're not even supposed to put out like salt licks.
But apparently, if you pay a $50 fee, then the deer won't get CWD.
Yeah, that could be a whole episode one night on my theories on that. And apologies to my buddies that work for TWRA.
I was going to say, I got some good friends that work there.
Man, I have a lot.
Well,
I have a lot of opinions, but I have a lot of thoughts on that.
Yeah, well, let me get John here. So, John, and the next idea is one that I love. And I'm going to tell you, John, I've actually thought of this one seriously. So, the first one, he says you could set up a feed bin outside. And me and Dad have talked about that. It's like, that'd be really easy to do. I could do that. They actually make a machine now that is a corn dispenser.
Oh, yeah, like the ice machines.
Yeah, but you know how much they are?
Oh, yeah, I don't even want to guess.
$30,000. I'd have to sell a shitload of corn to pay for it.
Like he just said, yeah, you're going to spend, it'll take you 10 years just to start putting money in your pocket.
Yep. Now, this other one is seriously something that I have thought about. I've told Marcy this, and I have not marked this one off. And then I've got some selfish reasons for why I've considered this one as well. And he said, so the deer hunter's corn and whoever else may want it, and you could do a little gun shop in the back corner somewhere of the farm store. Not big, just have a few options and some of the popular sizes of ammo, mainly just have customers have you order what they want. Nothing goes better with a good jar of kraut than a new Glock. Bobby Lee, I really enjoy the YouTube videos. John, appreciate it. Yes. So no lie, I've told Marcy, I'm like, because I look in, I want to get a FFL. That's the Federal Firearms License. I want to get one because then I can own a machine gun without, you can kind of subvert some of the process of owning a machine gun, because if I get a Class 3 license, then I think I can buy a 1986 or prior machine gun. Well, a 1986 machine gun or prior costs around $15,000 to $30,000. Now, I don't have $15,000 to $30,000 disposable income, but if you get your FFL license, then you can even get another license, I don't remember what it's called, that goes with it, and then you can actually convert modern firearms into machine guns. So, like, I could legally turn an AR-15 into a machine gun, and with my licensing, it'd be legal. But if I were to just go get a Class 3 license, I cannot legally convert an AR-15. It's part of this pre-86 machine gun deal.
And see, I'm in favor of just doing it.
Oh, I am too. Yeah, I am too. I'm
theoretically.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Or hypothetically, or
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Metaphorically, I don't know. Yeah. No, I am too. Well, like we said in the last episode, I think the Bill of Rights gives me that right. I had this conversation last night. I was actually talking to my preacher and a buddy, and we were talking, and then I said, in my opinion, I ought to be able to own anything the military or the police have. I said, if I can afford it, I ought to be able to own it. Like, if I wanted an Apache helicopter, and it's like, well, I don't know how much they are, $30 million to blow. Hell, I might buy one. You know what I mean? But
right. Well, that doesn't make it legal for you to go into town and, like, shoot
that's
people
right.
up. Like, right, that would still be illegal. And
yeah.
if you did that and then the military, shot you down, like, okay, you asked for it.
Yeah, you suffer the repercussions of your actions.
But at the same time, I don't know, I'm not so paranoid as to think we're about to be invaded by, Russia or anything. But if we are, hey,
I'd love to have an Apache and some machine guns out back.
Or if a tyrannical government turned on us, hey.
See, and that's the point. Actually, that's what me and Buddy were talking about last night. It's the original intent of the Second Amendment. And sorry, John, you didn't write in for this shit. He's like, oh shit. But the original intent, like, I've heard Pierce Morgan be like, well, this is for hunting, and it's like, no,
not at all.
We should be able to have,
so citizens could stand up to their government.
Yes, yeah. And to do so effectively, the citizens should have the same level of firepower that the government has.
Like, well, you ought to be able to have some nukes.
Yeah, I mean, if I can afford a nuke, God, what does a nuke cost?
I think you definitely got to look on the black market.
I don't say, gosh,
some uranium.
A nuke's got to be that's got to be billions.
I don't even.
I mean, I can't even imagine.
I'm not advocating for civilians to have, radioactive,
Elon,
weapons.
I could see Elon having a nuke. Him or Bezos.
But in all seriousness, right? But the Second Amendment was so that the government couldn't.
And yes, and to be
well, and obviously our Bill of Rights precluded, the Holocaust and all that. But I mean, the first thing Hitler did was he disarmed.
Yes.
Civilians.
Yep.
There's the famous quote that you see in a lot of the gun stores. I don't know if you still see it. They had like a poster. That one thing may have been like Marlin.
Yeah.
It was like this long quote from Hitler. It was like
Hillary.
Hillary, yeah. Hitler. What's the difference?
Yeah, they're the same.
But basically, the speech he gave was like, for the first time in the modern world, we're going to have a national firearm registry, and we'll be the. He was just trying to disarm the Jews. So
and look how good that worked out, man. Shit, yeah. I mean,
it worked out great. If you're an anti-Semite.
Yeah, I mean, they freaking killed the hell out of people. Like but now I do say all that to say I have seriously thought about putting in a little gun store in there. I think it'd be awesome. I love guns, and I'm like, man, that would be and I like a different style of firearm. Like, now we got a really good gun store right down the road here, and they have a good selection, but there's some stuff that I would kind of like that you don't see at even some of these.
I just, from a very serious, practical, like we're trying to make ends meet.
Oh, I don't think it'd be a big earner.
Right. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna. Yeah.
Unless I got into like illegal firearms, I feel like that would probably be a pretty big earner. I mean, if I'm selling cocaine,
I was about to say,
I'm about to be making a lot of money. I'm about to be showing up with like
sauerkraut in the front and cocaine and illegal firearms.
Yeah, I'm gonna have like a thing you go down into in the ground, and under there, I can get you cocaine or weapons.
Have all sorts of casino games.
Yeah,
prostitutes.
That's right. We're just gonna go all out, man. I'm gonna be the Lord of War, and you can have a good time while you're there.
Yeah. You just wear your firearm right on in. If you don't have one, we'll sell you one.
Yeah, we'll hook you up, man. Yeah, you don't want to enter without one, probably. I mean, this kind of place can be a little dangerous. But yeah, no, I have thought about that, John. But again, I've thought about the guns more from just my own personal enjoyment. I don't necessarily think they would be a big earner. I have heard the profit margin is really slim in the firearms.
I wouldn't think, in all seriousness, from a practicality standpoint, I don't know that that's going to. What was the other idea? Because he said
the feed bin with corn, and that is a pretty damn good idea. And I'm not saying either bad idea is bad, but I think that one would be good.
Sharky had a guest. It's been a while ago. I believe he was in North Carolina, and he was. And I don't think they were like a huge farmer, but I think they were just about to get to the point where they had a bagger, so they could bag all their corn.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much. I don't know if they were trying to get to the point where they didn't sell any corn.
Just sell it all like that, straight.
Like haul anything in the grain elevator. They were just all direct to consumer.
Well, you think like let's say I did that, set up a silo. You could buy a silo pretty cheap, put it out there, fill it up, and you could charge people for.
Could bring a barrel or.
Yep. And if you just did, let's say 50 pounds, you were like, you can fill up a bucket, get 50 pounds, $7-8 for 50 pounds. Dude, that's right now a bushel of corn is $3.96, and 50 pounds of corn is actually not even a bushel. So you're paying, if you were to sell that, and it's like $8 for 50 pounds. I mean, you're literally doubling what you would get at the grain bin or the elevator, and actually even more than that, because again, a bushel is going to be more than 50 pounds.
Well, and you got to charge a premium because it's more of a pain in the ass,
Oh yeah.
You
got to fill up the silo, maintain.
Right. Well, and you got to build all that infrastructure up, but yeah, and I don't know what a bag of deer corn cost at the farm store.
Oh shit! Some of them are charging, I think, $10 or more.
Yeah. So. Now, like I've got my mobile feed bin.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of these companies that make those, they make a much smaller one. They call them bait buggies. I guess especially in these states that already allow
baiting. Yeah.
Yeah, where you can put 1,000 pounds of corn in one.
Yeah.
And right now you could absolutely make that work.
Yeah. Well, I like where you're going, John. I like where your head's at. I mean, we've said it before, but diversifying the operation, I feel like that's the name of the game. If you can figure out a way to truly profitably only row crop, then hey man, that's awesome. But I mean, for most of us, we're scrambling to try to figure out how.
And I think that's the future is you got to find, because you don't think of like corn, soybeans, wheat, the major commodities being able to go direct to consumer.
Yeah.
But that would be a way specifically with corn where, you actually can go direct to consumer.
Marcy and I were talking. I bought a fertilizer spreader today, like a little cone one that goes on a 3-point hitch, because I got that corn and pumpkins, and I've been having to go get Helena's buggy, and I'll be like, I need an acre worth of fertilizer. So it's basically like a hat full of fertilizer in this buggy, and I pull it 30 minutes from Mason, and I run out there. I mean, it takes me twice as long to get it here as it does to put the fertilizer out. So I finally went and actually just bought it's actually, I think that Tartar USA, I think, is the brand that we've covered before. But I bought one of their cone spreaders, and I was telling Marcy, because I'm going to spread I'm going to put just some 15 out. But I told her, I said, we can actually spread some wheat or whatever if we wanted to do any little wheat patches. And hell, we've talked about doing some wheat and grinding it, and even making flour and natural flour.
Well, and I've heard of guys talking about that. Well, and obviously you're already linked up with one of our local bakeries.
Yep.
And, you know, is there like a specific, you know, heirloom wheat or something, you know, that, you know, is, again, just super specific to their needs?
Yeah.
And in the conversations I've heard around that are like, yeah, like that's probably what folks are going to have to start doing if they want to be.
You get really
crop farmers.
specialized.
Yeah. You know, you grow something for a very tiny niche market that you have in your area. Yeah. And you go for it.
Yep. Yep. No, man, we appreciate it, John. And you're right. A new gun always pairs well with some kraut. I can't agree anymore. All right. Oh, crap. I've lost my spot here. Where is it? Maybe this is it. No, that is not it. Okay, here we go. Cody writes in, going back a few weeks to the listener that was upset about Bobby Lee's geopolitical stance. That has been like the Dan, and Dan wrote in tonight. Like I said,
we love you, Dan.
We do, man. Your write-in generated quite a bit of content.
Yeah, we're gonna ride this thing till it's dead.
I forgot about this one. This guy messaged me that he was going to write this in. This one's pretty entertaining. I may have sent you a picture from this one. Going back a few weeks to the listener that was upset about Bobby Lee's geopolitical stance. I recently found out that Bobby Lee donated money to ISIS to build a University of Tennessee water tower in Iraq. Did you see that?
Yes, I did. I've actually seen that before, but I had multiple people send that to me. So apparently it kind of went like mini viral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he said, I really thought the anti-Semitism was a joke, but this is a disgusting act of hate that I can no longer defend. That being said, I do believe we can help Bobby Lee and rehabilitate him to no longer being a Holocaust denier and Nazi sympathizer. It will take time, but if my grandfather can do it, I know you can.
So what they're referencing, there's apparently, and this is legit, there's a water tower in Iraq that's painted Tennessee orange with the Power T on it.
Yeah.
And I don't even know.
He had sent the picture of it.
Yeah, and it's been kind of making the rounds on social media again. And like supposedly, and I don't know if it's been verified as true, but the soldier who like was made to paint it, you know, was from Tennessee, and he's like, all right, well, if they're gonna make me paint it, I'm gonna
make it look Tennessee.
Something that reminds me of home. And but yeah, there legitimately is apparently. I mean, because this even I had seen it pre-AI stuff. Because now you see stuff like that, you're like, it's just AI.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Cody, I appreciate that.
I can say I did not donate any money to the painting of that water tower. I probably would have.
Yeah.
You know, if they said, "Yep, we're gonna put a
Tennessee
put a Power T on a water tower in the middle of Iraq."
Make our soldiers feel at home.
I wouldn't have given the money to ISIS though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Appreciate that, Cody. All right, this comes from Dan. Dan writes in. Dear Bobby Lee and Logan, life happened and I've gotten behind in your episodes and am late writing YouTube comments. I've left comments on episodes 192, 193, 194. Please look. I'll have to go back and look. I've also been in the process of listening and watching old episodes. We love that, man. We love when people go back and listen to stuff.
Yeah.
He said after episode 192, of course, I had to listen to the Living Fully Loaded podcast with Mr. Tim DeSalvo. Unfortunately, I can't seem to leave ratings and reviews on Apple, but the varied interviews look promising. Questions. Why did Living Fully Loaded stop? Excuse me if you have already mentioned it on an earlier podcast, but what caused Talk Dirt to me to come about? Does leaving comments on YouTube help your algorithm? Am I helping the channel by leaving comments? Episode 193, how difficult are drones to use, and are they something to use only in a wet year? Keep up the good work. All right, Dan, I appreciate all the questions, man.
On the comments, I believe that does help. Like, and I don't totally understand the algorithm at all, but I know the more interaction you have, obviously, the more views you get, the more it pumps up the algorithm, the more
it just
thumbs
shows
up, the likes.
Engaged listeners.
Yeah, because I know, like, my son watches, like, I don't know, that's Mr. Beast, but it's some of those, like, crazy goofy YouTube channels, and they're always doing tricky stuff, or not tricky stuff, but things where they're like comment below if you like. More comments is definitely better. Like, there's a reason.
Yeah.
A lot of folks, tell you, like, leave a comment below. That does pump up the algorithm.
Yes, yeah, it's going to help on there. Why did Living Fully Loaded stop? Man, to be honest with you, just time. Living Fully Loaded was where I got my feet wet in the podcast world. Started it in 2020. Some people listening probably have never heard of it. That was my old show, and it was just guest driven. And man, I picked up more farm ground as time went on and got busier and shit. I'm still pretty much a one-man show. And with Living Fully Loaded, it was entirely guest driven. So I would have a different guest every episode. I don't know, I did 140 or 130 something episodes. But man, I'd have to come in from the field. Like, I remember there's a lot of times I'd be planting or something in the middle of the day, and I'd have to go in to do an episode.
Because you were meeting the guest, time schedule, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, like, because I had some crazy-ass guests, and, like, some big-ass guests, and so I'm at the mercy of their schedule. And so I would have to come in, do the episode, and we do the episode, and some of those episodes would be 2.5. Hell, I even did some episodes of 3 hours, and then I had to go back to the field, and it just got hard. It just got hard to juggle it. I miss it. I have a feeling I'll start something like that back up, because I met some really wild people in there, and I have people. It still makes me feel good. I'll have people that are like, "Man, I sure miss the old show." They just liked that wild range of guests, and so I got a feeling I'm going to do something, but I mean, it's just going to be me figuring out how the hell to juggle the time. Yeah. So that's why, it was a time thing, really. And what caused Talk Dirt to Me to come about? Living Fully Loaded actually caused Talk Dirt to Me to come about because Bobby Lee came on the show. He was on there, you were on there 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. And
every time, man, we'd have a really good episode, and it'd get really good response and feedback. And that's what finally, actually, the name came to me.
Well, you worked on me for about 6 months.
Yeah.
You kept pitching to me, and I was like, there's a billion ag podcast already. And I was coming up with excuses. Didn't have time.
Yeah, you were like, didn't have time. So then I'm not an early riser. Like, I'm a night owl. And so I finally was like, dude, we can record, because you were like, I could only do it if we record at 4:30 in the morning. And I'm like, God bless America. I'm like, all right.
We did that for a while.
We did. I wanted to kill myself. Dude, I'm telling you what.
I need to go back and listen when we really quit that. Because, used to, we were sitting here drinking coffee instead of bourbon.
Yeah. Yeah, and I couldn't even hardly drink coffee then because my body wasn't even awake yet, so it would make me feel like shit.
We'd come in the studio, it'd be dark, and it'd be just getting daylight. We'd come out.
Oh, man, yeah, that was awful. Because I still wouldn't go to sleep a lot of times until 12 or 1 o'clock at night. So then I'd be running off of about 3 hours sleep. Yeah, so, but that's how it came about. The name Talk Dirt to Me popped in my head, and that's when I was like, we got to do this. And so that's really how it came to be. We just started doing it for fun, and it's really grown like crazy.
Yeah, it's been more successful than I probably ever anticipated.
Yeah, me too, for sure.
For us to be doing it, closing in on 4 years later.
Yeah, damn near 200 episodes.
I believe this will be 196.
Man, yeah. Yeah,
which we gotta. I guess we're gonna have to have some kind of blowout.
We got to. Yeah, we're going to have some T&A or something for
some strippers and cocaine.
Yeah, for episode 200.
We made a lot of strippers and cocaine references.
We did.
Prostitutes. Yeah,
we're just.
This one is definitely not family friendly.
No. But our language has actually been pretty clean.
Yeah, I don't know.
No F words.
I don't know that I've cussed yet. Yeah.
I think I've said a couple, but no F words or nothing. Like, yeah. But yeah, man, it's most podcasts never make it past, I think, episode 7.
Yeah, it's like insanely.
It is super low. I have people, Dan, you kind of asking about this. I'll tell you, I have people that ask me regularly about starting a podcast. Like, what equipment do I need? And I'll tell you, I never tell anybody to get what we got because, I mean, I started podcasting in 2020. And I've like slowly acquired what we have. I mean, we run a mixer board. I got a cloud lifter. We have some of the most. I mean, these are the same mics that Joe Rogan uses. So we're using the highest level professional mics, and we got nice like our camera is really nice. Like that's why I tell people our YouTube videos are great, because we have high quality. If you were to go out and buy what I got here, I don't know that anybody would want to do that. And I would never encourage anybody, because I can honestly tell you right now, of all the people that have reached out to me over the years and are like, I want to start a podcast, none of them are podcasting right now.
Yeah.
Like they've all been.
Well, and the lights, like people don't think about that.
Yep.
But I've noticed that just from you doing YouTube, which 99% of my YouTube, I'm just out on the farm, so I've just got natural light. But the couple times where I've done like a sit down session, I'm like, yeah, that's why you need these lights that y'all can't actually see, because if you're just sitting in a room, you're like, oh, there's plenty of light in here. No, it looks like shit.
It does, yeah.
There, I cussed finally. But if you don't have actual professional, these fancy looking lights.
Yeah. Oh, dude, lighting is everything.
But
lighting,
you also don't have to do the video format.
No. And I mean, we've talked before, like how really, like our show, our audience is audio. I mean, we've got a few dedicated people. It looks like Dan here, he watches a lot, and we've got our kind of dedicated audience on YouTube, but 95% of our audience is audio.
Yeah.
But, that's, I love podcasts and I love talking. And so it's just kind of how that came to be. And we talk ag really well. But we also, we jive well. I think, like I said, we talk about all kinds of stuff. I mean, y'all, like I said, we've referenced strippers and cocaine quite a bit tonight. I don't know of any other ag podcasts that are probably doing that.
None of the ones I listen to, and I listen to a wide range of ag podcasts, some that are super serious, just talking about markets and policy and other stuff, and some that have guests. But yeah, we have
a good time. We just have a good time.
Yeah, we don't aim to have any rules.
No. As soon as a rule is imposed, I try to go around it. Episode 193, how difficult are drones to use, and are they something to use only in a wet year? So I was I watched when he used the drone. I don't think they're that tricky to use. He basically mapped the perimeter with it. He manually flew it around the perimeter. And then like it pulls up the map, and he's able to map around like thickets. He'll mark them out, and then it creates the lines itself. Now, drones they're not perfect yet. Like it's funny, our buddy that flies, he was texting me the other day.
Former guest of the show, Keith Anderson.
Yes, he hates drones. He does not like drones. He was sending me pictures of he was like, look at this, where this drone, where this drone sprayed this wheat, and it was streaked looking. And then he was like, here's where I sprayed wheat, and he sent it, and it's like perfect. Now Keith is great at what he does. Keith is a hell of a crop duster. Yeah, we had him on. He was a hell of a guest. We need to have him back on.
No, we do. He's a local guy. He can get here in studio. He was a damn good guest.
We are going to have him back on, and I'll get him riled up on some drones.
That's perfect. Yeah.
It is, yeah, because he's not a fan of drones, which I know a lot of. It's rival worlds,
Well, I think it's probably some of that, and it's probably too, I think about it just from like the veterinary world and some of the stuff, like there's, especially from his perspective, there's real flaws in how it works. Now it's different, and that's probably, I don't know if he looks at it from that perspective, but right, it's probably not a long way from being as good as what he can do.
See, it's like he was saying, I think they spray 3-something gallons per acre of water or whatever at a time, and he said these drones, he said there's no way. He said they're supposed to be spraying 2, and he said there's no way they're spraying 2. Like he even videoed one from the air. He was flying, I guess he saw a drone, he videoed it, and he was like, I'm looking at that, he's like, no way that's spraying what it's supposed to. So I mean, yeah, he's got a lot of frustrations, and they're probably really valid. And I'll tell you what I told him. I said, I think the biggest shortcoming that I see, one of them that I've learned from some agronomists, is some drones struggle with hills, maintaining the proper like, I guess maintaining the proper height or angle of a hill, and you end up with a lot of vegetation. Like I actually,
Well, and see, that seems crazy to me. Like, I mean, I would think they could have a sensor that could.
I think they do, but I think it's like an extra thing.
They could tell them what their, distance from the actual ground is, not just their elevation, because obviously.
Yeah, well, and it's something with the elevation, because there was.
Because hell, we've had laser rangefinders for like hunting purposes for 25 years.
Oh yeah, they'll calculate your angle.
You'd think they could have something pointing at the ground, say my distance to the ground is 20 feet, and
he said they got to have.
Now I'm going up a hill. I'm only 6 feet off the ground, and it could adjust to that.
He said they got to have like the RTK set. Like, I think it's an add-on, and a lot
of people just don't.
I guess I don't. Some people don't have that, and they need that. But then the biggest thing that I saw, and I told Keith this, I said the biggest problem that I'm seeing is the range. You get some of these fields, like I got some fields that from where we pull into the field to the very back part of the field, oh shit, man, it's because you work like the front field and then you got to drive through a thing and you work your ground all the way back. I bet you it's probably 4 or 5 miles from the entrance all the way to the back, and there's like little patches and stuff to get back there. I mean, you can't get nowhere close to that with a drone. And the problem is you have to run over crop because you got to be close enough. So you end up having to run over crop to get your trailer where you need it. Whereas, obviously a crop duster, you can just drop in there and get it. So we're in the infancy of drones. Like, they're just now really starting. I mean, it's no telling in 5 years' time what the drone situation will be like. But they are, he said, are they something to use only in a wet year? I wouldn't say only, but I will say they certainly would have been beneficial.
Whether it's a drone or airplane, like both of those, obviously, doesn't matter if it rained last night.
Yep. They stand out in a wet year, for sure. So, Dan, we appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for still providing stimulating conversation.
There you go.
So, let's see. We got time. We got 2 left. We're going to try to get them real quick. Zach writes in, "Hey, Logan and Bobby Lee, enjoy listening to your podcast. You do a heck of a job sticking to your opinions and not giving in to the politically correct BS. Appreciate that. I'm going to be swinging down to Jackson, Tennessee to a cattle school by Doug Ferguson. Going to be coming in Tuesday night and leaving Thursday night, and was really hoping to swing by your farm store and get a few jars of kraut. Man, I'm sold out of kraut. Me and my wife are looking at doing a similar store setup with beef, pork, and lamb being the majority of the store's merchandise. So would be interested in taking a look around. Let me know if you'd be open in that time frame. Looking forward to hearing back from you." Well, Zach, I'll try to message you real quick, but because you'll hear this on Friday, which will be too late for you. But unfortunately, I'm going to be out of town, so I will not be around to show you the store. But I am sold out of kraut as well, man. That's one of our weapons, and kraut sells out like crazy. But I think that, especially I don't know where you're from. You're going through Jackson. I was going to say, if you're in Jackson, it's probably, but I'm not sure what area you're from. But, man, there's a high demand for stuff. I will tell you this, and me and you, I think, talked about this. There's a lot it's becoming really saturated. Marcy and I have noticed that. This is where we're glad we've got, kraut is one of our things. We got cowboy candy. We make a lot of stuff that we sell in the store, and that's kind of why we've eased in that direction more, because every Tom, Dick, and Harry now is selling sweet corn. Like, that's
sweet corn, tomatoes,
watermelons, everything. Like, in our area, you drive like down the road and you're going to find somebody selling sweet corn and tomatoes. And sweet corn used to be a thing where, man, I'd grow sweet corn. I would sell thousands of ears. Like, I would pick the patch clean, and I'd have people like, man, we need more of that corn. It's not like that anymore. Like, I still sell a lot of sweet corn. It's still a good draw. We'll have people come in. But like used to, man, I'd have people buy 300 ears at a time. Shit, I don't have that no more. And it's because there's so many people growing sweet corn around here. So you kind of find your niche, and then you like hone in even deeper, because that's like the sauerkraut. People can make sauerkraut, but we literally have a recipe of sauerkraut that's like, hell, it's probably 60 years old. And it's really good. And like I said, it sells like crazy. So, you know, man, yeah, just find your thing. He says, which they're going to have beef, pork, and lamb being the majority of the store's merchandise. There's nobody around here that sells lamb that I can think of.
Where did they say they were?
He didn't say.
Yeah.
He's coming through. He said we're going to be swinging down to Jackson. So, sorry, okay. Zach, I will be out of town, man. But if you ever come back through, try to hit me up. All right, last one comes from Todd. It's short. I've been listening from the very beginning. Love the podcast. I have a suggestion for an episode that would top them all. It is one that you have kicked around before, and that's your dad's. If you could get them both on, it would be a great episode with their history and farming stories. Maybe y'all can bribe them, LOL. Thanks.
Yeah, we need to do that. I was actually thinking about that when I was on the tractor today. I was like, we got to do that one.
We do. Yeah, we do got to talk them into it. Appreciate that, Todd.
I don't think it would be that hard. I think, especially by having both of them on,
yeah,
they'd be comfortable doing it.
Yeah, they'd probably feel a little awkward.
Yeah, they both like a little bourbon.
Yeah. You know? Oh, yeah, yeah. Dad definitely does, yeah.
Let them get a couple bourbons in them, loosen up a little bit, and yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it'd be good, man. It'd be.
And you know, because, I mean, again, we already talked about living fully loaded and all that. You know, it's just conversation. Like,
yep.
Yeah, you're wearing the headphones and you got a microphone, but, like, we're just talking.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the way we aim for this show to be. It's just, we're sitting here talking like a couple of dudes sitting on the tailgate of the truck. You know, sitting outside the shop, you know, after you've gotten done, you know, baling hay, planting,
yep,
whatever for the day.
Yeah, I mean, and that's
solving all the world's problems. You know, you're not just talking about farming; you're talking about women and whatever else.
Yeah,
we're talking about.
Yeah, you never know.
Government conspiracies. You know, just again. Shooting breeze. Yeah.
No, it would be cool. Well, and I mean, both of us, it would be cool to have, because it's kind of like I did an episode on Living Fully Loaded with Levi when he was 3. And I put it out there just really so that it would just be there. So like I could go back right now, and now that I think about it, I might go back. I mean, it was like a 10-minute long episode. I need to go back and listen to that. But, you know, I wanted an episode I regret not having done was your grandfather.
I wish you would have too.
Man, yeah. Bobby Lee's grandfather was World War II vet. And, I mean, I was going to have him on the show, I was actually going to go to his house and have him on the show and just get his whole story. And, man, I wish I would have, just because then you have it. Then you have the story.
Yeah.
And so it would be cool to get our dads on, and I mean, and then we've got our dads on there. Like I think about some of the cool stuff for our kids. Like I've got a few YouTube channels or videos I did. You've got your YouTube channel. They got this podcast. Like, man, even when we're, heaven forbid, something happened, like, you know, something horrible, get killed on a tractor or something. Like, there's a part of me that's like, well, my kids can be like, well, let me go hear Dad. Like, what he thought on this. And like, so it puts a piece of you out there that I just think that's pretty cool. So, yeah, we'll have to do that, man. We'll have to get him on the show. So Dad wanted to come out here when we had the salvo on this last time. And I was like, come on. But he didn't.
But get them on that specifically talk some of the farming stuff. You know, yeah, I could. Because my dad, the few times I've had him on YouTube, and he'll get to telling a story, and I'm like, I've never heard the story. Like,
yeah.
You're like, go on. And, yeah, it's just like neat little stuff like that. Like, yeah, I think that's one we absolutely need to do.
Yep, we do. All right, guys, send us your questions. Those were great. I love the Q&As.
Oh, yeah, because because, again, none of this is scripted. We don't know what we're going to talk about when we sit down most of the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have some ideas. if there's a big, breaking ag story, screwworm, is found in Texas, I'm not saying that way.
Yeah.
It has not been found in Texas. But like when that happens, and assuming it, I don't know that it's inevitable. Like, yeah, we'll have to talk about that week. Or, when corn shoots up to $7 a bushel.
Oh man, shit, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, stories like that will dominate the headlines. The Maud family, finally getting, the case thrown out, which apparently that's not totally done yet. Stuff like that. We're going to talk about it, but otherwise, yeah, it's great to get these questions just kind of off the cuff. Break it down and answer what we can.
Yep. Oh, I love them. So go to talkdirtpodcast.com, go to the contact page, submit your questions on there. I'm sure, I think we're missing some questions that have been put on Spotify and different stuff right now. And you need to submit them on our Talk Dirt podcast page, because it goes to the email.
People message me on Instagram quite a bit, and man, they just get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, because we send far too many memes, and so then stuff gets lost in the mix. So, all right, here we go.
Let me start off with 2 words. Made in America.
All right. So this is actually one I've had a long time. And when we got on air, I looked it up because I was like, I think that's made in USA, and it is.
These are the best ones because, you've been using it a long time, and and it's tried and true.
Plano. You know what I'm talking about? Like the cases, rifle.
Like tackle boxes,
Tackle boxes.
They are made in USA.
Yeah, and see, look, and this one, now this is a new one. I don't have this one, but look what's on there. Right there, made in USA, in big, bold letters on there.
Yeah.
See, that's why I'm always leery of a company that if they reach out or say something and you go to look at their stuff, if it doesn't tell you that it's made in USA, you can damn near just put money on it that it ain't.
Right.
And if it is made in USA and they're not telling you, they are really missing out on some marketing. But Plano is my case. I've got a bow case. Man, I've used that thing for, oh, hell, man. My bow case is probably 15, maybe 20 years old now.
I guarantee you mine's 20 years old.
Yeah, and yours.
I hadn't shot my bow in about 15 years.
Is yours a Plano?
It may be, but I mean, again, it's been that long.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't know where it is.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty long time. Well,
I'd be damn afraid to draw it back.
Well, oh yeah, shit thing.
Fly apart.
Yeah.
Lose an eye.
Well, it's
not because of the case though.
No, not because of the case. Well, Plano makes the case that I got, and that thing, I mean, I've chunked it in the truck, I've thrown it around. This is a great case. And that's what tonight, whenever I was getting the SD cards out of my man cave to bring out here, I was thinking, I'm like, man, what can we talk about tonight? And I just happened to look over my bow cases in there, and I was like, damn, I think that thing's made in USA. And sure enough, I looked, it is. So Plano, I'll put the stamp of approval on them. They're not outrageously expensive, but they are made in USA.
No, they make, because I was immediately tackle boxes.
Yep.
They make, I'm sure they make just about any kind of plastic case you could want. Carry around your cocaine.
You could, yes. You could do that for sure. Keep it dry. Keep your powder dry.
We've really made up for those 1 or 2 episodes where we have forgotten the reference.
We have. This has been quite the cocaine-heavy episode for sure.
Yeah. If the feds aren't already listening to us, they will be now.
That's right.
Hey, buddy, you out there? Go ahead and hit the thumbs up button and leave us a rating and review.
Yeah, if you're a Fed, let us know. Let us know you're watching.
Well, you ain't even got to let us know. Just leave the rating and review.
Yeah. Do that. Comment. Let us know what you saw of the episode. And
agzaga.com. Do like I did. I actually ordered twice on there this past week.
dang.
Our dads, they crack me up. Which I know my dad knows how to order stuff online. I'm sure your dad does too.
But they act like they don't know how to use the internet.
Your dad come in there, and they had told me, they're like, we're going to need some more bayonet wrap. Your dad come in, he's like, hey, we really need some. And so, and I was at the vet clinic, and of course, I mean, I could have ordered it, bought it, and just had them pay me back or whatever. But I was like, Dad, I'll be here in a little while. So Dad got there, I was like, hey, y'all need some bayonet wrap. He's like, oh, yeah. So he gave me his credit card. So actually, I've ordered bayonet wrap for them this week, and then ordered all that electric fencing supplies for myself. But yes, both times I used that discount code, TalkDirt20. Took $20 off that $50 minimum order, got my free shipping. Yeah, all the good stuff. I mean, my wife and I, we need we've got fans mounted at the barn. We're talking about how hot it is.
Yeah.
But because our horses, my wife and daughter's horses, I guess they're mine because I pay for the feed.
Yeah.
And do a lot of the feeding for them.
Yep.
We got like one of those big ass fans like blows down the hall of the barn.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've got those. It's like, yeah, pick one out from them. We'll order from them.
Yep.
All kinds of crazy stuff. Things you probably hadn't even thought of that you need, but you run into a situation at the farm, you need something, go to agzaga.com. Check with them. Family-owned business right across the river from us, Missouri.
Yep.
Yep.
Check them out. All right, guys. We'll catch you next week.